Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Adeze. Today we'll be talking about something really important to most, if not all of us. Perhaps you have tried all your life to lose weight, but it's not happening. You try to eat healthy and exercise, but still can't shift the weight. Now you've heard about Wegovy, Ozempic, Saxenda, Mounjaro and the like, and you're thinking about them. Are they the best thing to have happened to humanity? We will discuss this and I'll share with you all I know about them. We'll discuss what they are, how they work, who they are for, and I'll let you know my own personal views about them. Now, these are medications that have been approved by regulatory authorities to help those who have difficulty achieving their desired weight loss goals, or those who have diabetes, depending on the actual medication. There are currently about 6 of them in the UK. And in the UK, the National Institute for Health and Care Excellence has recommended some as options for weight management, but this is not widely available due to costs. In all honesty, I'm excited. It's a giant step and a good development in the field and space where so many people have had significant disappointments and frustration trying to lose weight and then trying to keep it off after they have lost it. Have you tried for years to lose weight? You would know how challenging that can be. I have worked with people trying to lose weight for years. At a point, I was part of a group with about 200 women, and we would motivate each other. We would share our weights weekly and then celebrate the highest loser. So weight management has always been an area of interest for me as a doctor and also as an individual. So I'm super excited about these new drugs. And today I'll be breaking it all down in simple words as I do in all my videos, because that's how I learn. Now, recently I saw a friend at work and she told me that she had been on one of these medications and had lost 20 kilograms. Honestly, I was thrilled for her because I know how she has struggled to lose weight over the years, and she's also living with diabetes. So she's living with obesity, she's living with diabetes, so you can imagine that these medications have radically changed her life. Now, what class of medications are they? They are called GLP-1 receptor agonists. So the term GLP-1 stands for glucagon-like peptide 1, which is a natural hormone that our bodies produce in the gut. So this hormone plays an important role in managing blood sugar by helping our bodies release insulin, a hormone that lowers blood sugar levels. Insulin lowers blood sugar levels. It uses glucagon in the body, so we already produce it. Okay. Now, these GLP-1 receptor agonists are medications that behave like our natural GLP-1 hormone, meaning that they tell the body to do some of the things it would do naturally. Okay, so how are they taken? They can be taken as injections or in some cases as pills, depending on the medication. So how do they actually work? One, they slow down digestion. They slow down the process of food leaving your tummy, which can help you feel fuller for longer. So it means they also slow down the rise of blood sugar after you've eaten. Number two, they control your appetite. They work on the brain to reduce your appetite, and this is really important for people trying to lose weight because we know that appetite for food is a huge problem if you're trying to lose weight. So these medications actually help your brain control appetite. The other way they work is they affect other hormones. For example, I mentioned their effect on insulin. They actually help the body to release more insulin, and this means that blood sugar is better controlled. The insulin goes in and removes the blood sugar out of the bloodstream and into the body cells where it can be used as energy or stored. Okay. The other thing they do is that they reduce glucagon. Now, glucagon is another hormone in the body that helps to increase blood sugar levels. Okay. So glucagon is like the opposite of insulin. It actually increases blood sugar levels. So these GLP-1 agonists reduce the amount of glucagon so that there is less blood sugar in the bloodstream. So you can see that in this way, by increasing insulin, and insulin removes sugar from the bloodstream, and by reducing glucagon, and glucagon will normally increase blood sugar, by the effect of the GLP-1 agonists on both these hormones, they actually reduce the blood sugar. And you can see why initially they were used to treat blood sugar. So they're actually medications for diabetes initially, but incidentally they were found to also improve weight, so people who were using them for diabetes were also losing weight. So their first usage is to treat diabetes, okay? But secondly, they're now being used to manage the weight, because they're used to manage your appetite. They make you feel fuller for longer, so that way people eat less and therefore lose weight. So you can imagine that this has led to a serious conflict between people who are using them for diabetes and people who are using them just for weight loss, okay? And at a point, we had difficulty even getting the medication for those who are diabetic, those who are living with diabetes, who were initially prescribed this medication, because so many other people then wanted the medication for weight loss. So there's a massive conflict between those who have diabetes, who need the medication for their blood sugar control, and those who are living with obesity, who need the medicines for weight control. So these GLP-1 receptor agonists have become important options for treating diabetes and obesity, because they provide other benefits, not just with blood sugar, but also with weight. And in fact, some studies are showing that they also help with heart health. We know that those who live with diabetes and obesity are more prone to heart problems. So the GLP-1 receptor agonists also are being shown to improve heart health. How awesome. So researchers are still studying these medications. They are still so new, but so far they're showing so much promise in helping people lead healthier lives. Now, one of the things we look at to show how effective medication is called number needed to treat, or NNT. It's a way to understand how well a medicine works. For instance, supposing you have 10 sick people take a medication, okay, the number needed to treat is how many of those 10 people need to take the medicine for one of them to feel better because of the medicine. So let's use an example. Let's say the number needed to treat of a medication is 4. That means 4 people will need to take that medicine for one of them to feel a benefit. Do you understand the concept? So the lower the number needed to treat, the better the medication. Now let's take another medication so you can understand the concept better. We all know paracetamol is one of the commonest medication people take. So the number needed to treat for paracetamol is 1 or 2. That means almost everyone who takes paracetamol will find that their fever is better. Okay, so paracetamol has a really good NNT, which is 1 or 2. Okay, now, so let's apply that to these GLP-1 receptor agonists. Now, for treating diabetes, for most of these medicines, the number needed to treat is around 3 to 4. That means you need to treat 3 or 4 people with this medication for one of them to have a clinically significant good control of their blood sugar. Okay, now when it comes to weight loss, the number needed to treat is about 3 for these medications. That means 1 in every 3 persons treated will achieve significant weight loss. That's like 5% or more of their body weight compared to those who are not on these drugs. So these numbers indicate that the GLP-1 receptor agonists are fairly effective in helping people reach their specific health goals. But outcomes can vary, of course, as you would imagine, depending on the individuals, their lifestyle, how much of the medicine they're taking, the specific health condition you are treating. Okay, so now let's talk about side effects. And I'm sure you're waiting to hear about Ozempic face, Ozempic butt, Ozempic body. These are all popular terms people are using to describe how the weight loss from Ozempic, one of these GLP-1 receptor agonists, can make the face and body look thinner or more deflated. Disclaimer here, these terms are not from me. They're out there. People are talking about them, okay? So I'm not here to bash any medication. I'm just trying to explain these terminologies for people to understand. Now, why do people have this Ozempic face or Ozempic butt? Now, the change happens because when you take this medication, there's a fat volume loss. So there's a reduction of fat in certain areas, okay, giving the skin less full look. For instance, with the so-called Ozempic face, when people lose weight, especially quickly with this medication, it can change the way their face looks. They may lose fat in their face, making them look older or thinner in a way that can make the skin look a bit loose or sunken. So fat in certain parts of your face is important for you to look young. So when it's lost quickly, it can make you look older than you actually are. And even if you regain the weight, the fat may not go back to the face in the same spots. So the signs of aging in your face may persist even if you add weight. So this same fat loss can happen in the buttock as well, okay, and certain parts of the body. So I think the concern is that you're never quite sure where the fat loss will happen from. And it may happen from a part of your body that you prefer to preserve. For instance, you may want to preserve your youthful, full lips, but that's where the medication might decide to take the fat from. So let's talk about other side effects. Now, the main side effect comes from the effect on the bowels. Like we said, because it makes digestion slower, the food stays longer in your tummy, you might experience a lot of nausea and vomiting, especially when you start taking the medication the first time. Over time, these symptoms may improve, but not for everyone, and it can make it hard for you to stick with the medication if you're feeling sick all the time, or this feeling of fullness, your tummy is full and not moving. Some others have diarrhea or constipation. Some have loss of appetite. So that reduced appetite can help you to lose weight, but it's also an uncomfortable feeling where you have no interest, you don't have appetite in food. And some people really struggle with that or worry that they may end up losing too much weight. Now, other side effects, which are not that common, are things like pancreatitis. So pancreatitis is where there's inflammation of your pancreas. It's rare, but it's serious and can be associated with these medications. You might have severe tummy pain, nausea and vomiting. If you're having those sort of symptoms, please contact a doctor right away. Another effect might be gallbladder issues, might develop gallstones. People taking this medication need to be aware that if you're having upper tummy pain, especially on the right side, that can be a sign of gallbladder issue. Another side effect might be kidney problems, especially if you already have kidney problems, okay? If you find that you're on these medications, you're vomiting all the time, you're getting dehydrated, that can make kidney problems worse from dehydration. That can put more stress on your kidneys. So it's really important to stay hydrated. Now, another rare side effect is there's been talks about possible thyroid cancer in people taking this medication. The thyroid is a gland in the neck and it can develop a cancer. Now, this was shown in animal studies that there's a possible link between these medications and certain types of thyroid tumors, but this hasn't been proven in humans. Because of this, though, we encourage anyone with family history of thyroid cancer, please don't take these medications. Another important side effect is hypoglycemia. That means low blood sugar. We've already said that these medications reduce your blood sugar. So when they're used with other medicines that also reduce blood sugar, like insulin, metformin, sulfonylureas, and so on, you can experience very low blood sugar. And low blood sugar can also be quite dangerous. You feel shaky, you might be confused, you might start sweating, you might faint, and people can also die. So really important to discuss starting these medications with your doctor if you're already on medicines for blood sugar, so they can match up the doses, see if you need to stop one while you're on this one, and so on. So that discussion must be had with your doctor. Now, another concern is the cost and accessibility. So these medicines are available, but they're really expensive. So this cost can be a significant barrier, especially since they're often long-term medication. Oftentimes, people who are living with obesity might have other medical conditions or might struggle to work, so they may actually have problems with poverty. So affording these medications has been an issue, and in some cases that has really disadvantaged those who need it the most. Now, another important consideration is the long-term effect, because we don't know yet what the long-term effect is. They're relatively new medicines. It reminds me of smoking. When people started smoking, it was fashionable to smoke. Even doctors, everyone was smoking. It took some years to realize that smoking causes cancer. So sometimes when things are new, we may not see the full effect till years down the line. So we don't know yet what the long-term effect of these medications will be. Researchers are still observing how they affect overall health after many years of use. Some risk may only become apparent over time. So finally, another important thing to say is that these medications have to be taken for life usually, because it's been seen that when people stop them, they put back the weight. So that's why there's a need for lifestyle change rather than total reliance on these medications. Even if you were going to use them, we will strongly urge you to optimize your healthy lifestyle. Okay, so you can work together with the medications. So in summary, these medications can be very effective, but they come with potential side effects, just like any other medicine. And these are risks that the doctor should discuss with the patient. For patients who tolerate them well, they can really be a helpful tool in managing health conditions. But I can see that they're not a fit for everyone. So as with any medication, it's important to balance the benefits with the risk. Now, would I recommend them? I honestly feel each person needs to have a big think, discuss with your doctor and your family, and decide for yourself. Now, having heard all this, I would love to hear your own comments on this. Have you tried any of the GLP-1 receptor agonists? What has been your experience? If the cost wasn't an issue, would you try them? Please comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Till I come your way next time, let's stay well. Bye.